You haven't seen this mugshot on Houston's local TV news, but you should have. Rick Ramos is a well-known Houston attorney now accused of trying to choke his own wife. The state bar has taken no action to suspend his law license. You know what kind of lawyer Rick Ramos is? A family lawyer, paid to fight for folks like Kate Remp.
For one thing, I think he needs to be exposed for the complete fraud that he is.
Kate Remp had hired Rick Ramos to make sure she protected her little baby girl, Emmy.
I am so disgusted. This is my only child. She has an only child. And that baby is my life now.
Grandma Cindy Remp has spent $125,000 of her retirement money in the quicksand called Harris County Family Court. And a lot of that money went to Rick Ramos. If you could talk to Rick Ramos right now, because he's kind of hard to find these days, but
right.
If you could talk to Rick right now, what would you tell him?
I don't think I can say that on film.
You don't think he should be a lawyer anymore?
Oh, hell no. No.
The story is ugly, and it's reality. Kate Remp got pregnant shortly after she was married.
I mean, I'm, 38 years old, thinking this is a miracle at my age.
You would think that would be great news, but it's not disputed husband James Carroll didn't want the baby.
Anger, the silent treatment, and finally an ultimatum that it was either him or the baby.
He told you abort the baby or lose him.
Yes.
Kate refused to end the pregnancy. She filed for divorce. But just before little Emmy was born, James Carroll suddenly began a fight for custody of the very baby he didn't want. And the Remp family became the victims of a familiar cast of characters in Harris County Family Court.
What happened to the sanctity of family?
Guess what judge was assigned to hear the case? James Lombardino. Kate's husband hired Bobby Newman. Curious for a guy who's been unemployed an awful lot since his daughter was born. Newman charges more than $700 an hour, he claims. Retainers of up to $100,000. But Carroll must have got a deal. He says his retainer was just $10,000. Maybe times are tough over at the Newman firm. Wonder if Mr. Carroll was also tipped off that Newman's law firm was Judge Lombardino's biggest campaign contributor while he was on the bench. While Kate was in court, Lombardino never disclosed that Bobby Newman had provided free legal help to the judge's son. Where have we heard that before?
Isn't this something that should happen in a third world country? It's happening in Harris County, in Houston, Texas, in the United States of America.
Wait, it gets worse. Kate went to lawyer Rick Ramos for help.
He says, I'm the right guy. I know how Bobby operates in court. We have an adversarial relationship, to say the least.
Adversaries? Or buddies who like to go fishing together? Kate had never seen these pictures until we showed them to her just a week ago.
It's like a knife in my gut. Or a knife in my back.
I have a burning in my chest, literally on fire. It's so reprehensible and appalling.
A year on the bench, District Judge Gloria Lopez has the job of trying to clean up the mess left behind in the 308 District Court. And the Remp case is back on her docket. The family now blames Rick Ramos for failing to catch a last-minute change in the final custody orders. James Carroll had been restricted on his visits with Emmy. Starting in October, he was allowed for the first time to keep her overnight, one night a month.
Emmy consistently is returned to me in what I can only call deplorable conditions.
But that new order, it granted James Carroll 9 nights in a row over Thanksgiving, and again, 9 more nights over the Christmas holidays. But it's not the only reason they want Rick Ramos now put behind bars. Again, no doubt in your mind that he ripped you off.
He stole from us. Yes, he ripped us off.
This is the last bill Rick Ramos sent the Remp family. Back on June 3rd, 6 months ago, the balance was about $6,000. But add this, on June 12th, Kate Remp paid another $25,000 from her mom's trust fund. The check was cashed by Rick Ramos. He's never accounted for a penny of the money.
And this friend of ours said, you need to talk to Wayne Dolcefino. So here we are.
Ramos has ignored the family's multiple requests for an accounting of what happened to all the money, Cindy Remp's retirement money.
I would tell him what I think he is, that he has betrayed us, stabbed us in the back, that he's a thief, that he has stolen from us, that he screwed up Emmy's life, betrayed my daughter. I think he needs to be held accountable.
Mr. Ramos, you made another very critical mistake. You not only ignored our request for an interview, but even to sit down and talk about Kate and Cindy Remp. Rick Ramos faces his next court hearing on domestic violence charges in February. Since the state bar won't act, the Remp family is prepared to.
Somebody needs to stop this man. I want to file a grievance against him with the state bar. He needs to be sued for malpractice.
Do you think what he's done to you should be criminal?
Yes.
It's the ultimate betrayal. He knew that money. You knew that money was my mom's retirement, and you kept taking and taking and taking. Where is it? Where's the money? That is my mom's retirement. To do that to a family is beyond reprehensible.